When we talk about Khasi cuisine, not a lot of people know what we're talking about. Khasi cuisine is a lovely cuisine from the northeast of India, and today we're at the park in Bengaluru where there's a pop-up celebrating this exquisite micro cuisine from the northeast. We have two sisters, both wonderful chefs, who are bringing this cuisine out of the state of Meghalaya into the world and telling us what this cuisine means. Join us as we explore Khasi cuisine at this wonderful pop-up at the park.
So it actually started as just a fun thing when I was living in Pondi for 6 months. I had invited some friends over for dinner, and one of them was like, she's like, this food is so good. I've never had anything like this before. So she's like, why don't you try selling this food? So I was like, I had no idea about how to go about it. So we started talking about it a little more, and she was like, let's just do it at my house. So she was like, let's just do it at my house. And we spoke about it more and more, and then somehow it just became an event, a big thing. We hosted our first pop-up at, which was a farm which is about 45 minutes away from Pondi. It was really fun, and we both really didn't know how to take that forward for a bit. Like we didn't expect it to go so well. And then we did our second.
So I would say that the idea of a pop-up actually was a friend of Dafi's who recommended that we do this more often, like more regularly, because they really liked the food. And then she was like, why don't you guys actually just do this more often? And then, she actually was the one who gave us the idea. So the main thing that we do at our pop-ups is we have a community style dining. And so we feel, the reason why we want to do that is because we want people to share the food and eat it exactly the way we eat it. So that's one way, like to eat it as a thali, because Khasis eat rice with everything else around it. And as for dish selection, we actually have over the past few pop-ups, we've kind of figured what people like as well from our cuisine, because we've tried and tested quite a few things. So we've sort of figured like which are the star dishes. Smoked pork is one for sure. Everybody loves it. It's smoked there, and it's very different. And black sesame is also an ingredient that we use.
I think that's mostly it. Like we try to highlight ingredients that are not very common anywhere else in the country. That's how we've picked our dishes. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say the smoked pork.
No, so I would definitely. It's actually pretty known now, the pork with black sesame. That's one thing that other chefs have also made in other places, other restaurants outside of Shillong in India. And so, as for one particular dish, there's so many. Yeah. So
these are actually things that we eat at home, like the sticky rice is actually how like my mom and I really love eating it that way. We have the sticky rice with honey. So that is like one of the sweet things that we eat. So that was when I was telling Daki, like if we have to put a dessert on the menu, maybe that could be something that we should do, So then we were like, okay, let's do sticky rice because it does have a really nice flavor and all of that. And I think we've just developed it like with time, adding a creme anglaise to it, and then and then playing with seasonal fruits as much as we can. We've tried to source fruits from Shillong also, making a compote out of it. Yeah. The second dessert.
Yeah, so the yam is actually, this is the first time we're serving the yam dessert. We just thought about that one because yam is traditionally eaten at tea time, yam and honey. So that's a pairing that goes really well. And it's the purple yam that we get from Shillong, so we've brought that in. And so this is our take on what that traditionally is. So this is our take on it. And so, yeah,
I wouldn't say traditionally also, because it's just something we eat at home, like that.
No, people eat yam and honey. So, yeah, and the whole thing about dessert was because every time we did a pop-up, because all over India people expect dessert. They're so used to it because us traditionally are not a dessert eating community. But so we've sort of had to adapt, which is pretty cool. Then we've been able to come up with some interesting ways to eat that traditional stuff. Yeah.
Actually, I've been doing that in the bakery in Shillong. I've tried to work with seasonal fruits mostly from there. I've done the same desserts in Bombay also before, and people have loved it. So, yeah. In Bangalore.
This is our second one in Bangalore.
Yeah. We are talking about, we are planning one in Bombay, just not sure about the dates yet. But yeah, hopefully we should be able to do one soon.
I would say that it's the again, this is a difficult one because there's so many nice ones, but I think for me it would be the black sesame pork because it is so unique to the Khasi tribe, and that is usually eaten with steamed rice pancake, a sticky rice pancake that they make back home. And this is obviously more because we are a meat eating community, so I would recommend it to non-vegetarians, of course. So it's not a cuisine that is easy to eat for vegetarians, but we do have some things, of course. But the meat stuff is actually the stuff that has more of the flavor and essence of Khasi cuisine.
Always the star of the show.
Yeah.